Hey guys, it's your girl Fiery Moon, and I'm here to do the new moon collective reading for all signs. It's not tied to any specific zodiac sign. It's just, checking on, what is coming with this new moon in Aries energy that we are, currently in right now. Not gonna make this too long of a video, but as always, I'll let spirit guide it how it goes. But as always, you guys know energy is vice versa or interchangeable. This is a new moon reading, so it's basically in regards to the moon transit. Being that it's a new moon, this is a time for manifestation, and it is in Aries, so this is almost like it's mixed in with that Mars energy, willpower, passion, desires, as well. So with this energy, as always, I'm going to be using the Moonology deck to grab the energy. I haven't taken out any other decks as of right now. We're just gonna see what I'm drawn to as the reading goes along, but know that energy is vice versa or interchangeable. This could pertain to you or have nothing to do with you at all. So as always, I stress, just take what resonates and leave the rest, and know that this could be playing out in many different areas of life. So take what resonates and leave the rest. So we're gonna jump right in, starting off with the Moonology deck, and see what this new moon energy has in store for the collective. You could be feeling extra aggressive or passionate. It is the moon, so it could be affecting your emotions right now. So we're just gonna see what comes out. So what messages do we need in regards to this new moon energy for the collective? What messages do we need in regards to this new moon energy for the collective? Is still in Aries as I am recording. It is transiting into Taurus, this afternoon. So, Taurus is, a second home for the moon outside of Cancer. So, let's see, what's going on. Pardon the music in the background. But as always, it's, rest in peace to DMX, man. We're gonna see what needs to come out. Still that Aries stellium going on as well. We got the moon, the sun, Mercury, Venus, and Chiron, I believe. Yep. Alright, so bottom of the deck it says don't let pride get in your way. This is the full moon in Leo card, which we had the full moon in Leo in Aquarius season. So in regards to this new moon, you may be, in whatever situation this is, allowing, pride to, get in your way. And from that last moon cycle, you know, the full moon speaks to releasing, where the new moon is for manifesting. So with the full moon in Leo, don't let your pride get in the way. I'm just, you know, feeling an energy like this could, you know, this could have started for you back in the full moon in Leo, which was Aquarius season. You know, but it, you know, didn't have to. You could have been, you know, letting pride get in your way, but now as we're transitioning into, you know, this, well, we just had the Libra full moon, which was, you know, balance, harmony, you know, in relationships and things like that. You could have, you know, I feel like a sense of almost dropped a sense of pride, you know? So that's what I'm feeling off of this. Up under that, we have the answers you need are coming. And maybe, and this is the full moon in Gemini, up under that. So the full moon in Gemini was in, you know, Sagittarius season. So this could have been something that you may have gotten the answers for back in the full moon in Gemini. And, you know, due to pride, you know, may have still been holding on to your pride. But with this new moon cycle, of course, it says, be bold and make the first move, which is, you know, the cardinal move. And Aries is a cardinal sign. It's a cardinal fire sign. So I almost feel like it's time to, you know, drop, you know, the pride. It's like you've already had the answers you needed back in, you know, during the full moon in Gemini. But, you know, maybe you were still holding on to it as we moved into the full moon in Leo cycle. You know, but it's saying like now in this cardinal moon phase, be bold and make the first move, and whatever it is, whether it's going after a new job, you know, moving, even, you know, just taking a leap of faith. But let's see what actually comes out. What messages do we need in regards to this new moon in Aries energy? What messages do we need? Any other messages? Wow. Okay. So what came out? We have your dreams need a practical plan. The full moon in Taurus, which that happens in Scorpio season. So all of, you know, with this new moon season, this could have been, you know, stuff that you know, you could have been putting together a plan since then that, you know, is now, you may be taking action on now with this new moon in Aries. You could have, you know, put together a plan, a business plan, a moving plan, and surrender to the divine. The full moon card, that's giving me, you know, I feel an energy of by the next full moon, which will be in Scorpio, actually. That is coming up in Taurus season. I don't know exactly what date that's going to be, but the full moon in Scorpio may be a time for you to just fully just get rid of any residual energy that is no longer serving you. And I only say that because after that we have the conclusions are within reach, which is the full moon eclipse card, and we all know eclipses speak to you know, cutting things out. And bottom of the deck we have the commitment is being tested. So with this new moon, like I said, by the first quarter moon, you could be almost in a testing phase. From then to now to see, are you gonna, you know, take the action that you need to take? Because I almost feel like the divine is trying to almost allow you to make the change before it makes the change for you, because by the next full moon it says just, you know, surrender to the divine and get rid of, with the full moon eclipse, what is no longer serving you. So between the new moon and the first quarter moon, you could be, you know, almost in the testing grounds. And then up under that we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, which is the full moon in Capricorn. So honestly, this energy may not, you know, completely come full circle until the full moon in Capricorn, which is in Cancer season. So by the summertime, you know, so this is interesting. I'm loving all of this, you know, opposite energy. I love it, love it, love it. Because it is, we have a time for healing, and then a new start is coming with the balsamic moon and the new moon card. Love it. These are self-explanatory. So let's see what deck I want to use. I don't want to make this too long. Now it's kind of drawn to my little pocket deck for some reason. I have never used this on camera. This is just one that I take, you know, with me whenever I travel, because it's just a little pocket deck. But I'm being called to use it. So let's see. So in regards to this energy and spread, what messages do we need in regards to the full moon energy for the collective? How we can best utilize or rectify, you know, any situation that we may be in. What messages do we need? To this new moon in Aries energy, what messages do you need for the collective? So bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords, which speaks to, you know, anxiety, overthinking, you know, sleepless nights. It is almost, you know, giving me an energy of, you know, fear. But I also feel like it is in regards to some type of thought, or, you know, something that up under that we have the King of Swords, that, you know, it's almost like cut out. It's negative thinking. That's what I'm feeling. Cutting out negative thinking, because the King of Swords knows. You know, and he holds the Ace of Swords. He's very intellectual, rational, direct, informative. So it's almost like I want to say, like, you know that this energy here needs to be cut out, which it could be, you know, Mars and Gemini playing that energy, playing out for you, being that we are in Aries season and Mars is in Gemini. Then we have the Moon, which speaks to, you know, fears, illusions. It does speak to secrets, but even combined with this, I almost feel like, you know, cutting out the fear, cutting out the illusion, because it's causing you to, like, overthink, overstress, anxiety. And it could be in regards to your belief systems with the Hierophant, or, you know, a contract, a commitment, which could be like a job, or a relationship. But let's see what actually comes out. So what messages do we need? Look, and I was going to say, from that 9 to the Ace of Swords that the King of Swords was holding, I felt this 8 of Swords energy, which is a, you know, a self-imposed imprisonment, mental, you know, prison that you may be putting yourself in. What messages do we need? A lot of swords out here. Yes, look at all these swords. So what came out, we have the 8 of Swords with the Queen of Swords and the Temperance card. Then we have the Page of Swords, the Knight of Cups, then we have the 3 of Pentacles and the Hangman. Bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Swords, which has the overall energy. It basically just confirms what I was already feeling with the bottom of the deck, the 9 of Swords and the King of Swords. But now we have the Queen of Swords out here. So this could be, you know, going on between your masculine and your feminine energy, where, you know, as the masculine energy, you need to take action, but as the feminine energy, you need to be open to receiving whatever information, communication, you know, welcoming in, you know, more balanced and positive thoughts with the Temperance card here. Or, you know, this could be playing out with between you and another person, a friend, a family member, co-worker, relationship, you know, so place it where it resonates. But with the 5 of Swords, it just feels like, you know, there's almost like I'm feeling like a sense of defeat. And it could be just in the way that you connect or relate to others, because the way that I see the cards is like, you know, as a 5 of Swords, you're looking back on the 3 of Cups. Whether, you know, the 3 of Cups is looked at as, you know, like a friends, collaboration, you know, it is also looked at as a celebration. But to me, you know, water is connection. So it's like you're looking back at the way that you may have previously connected, or, you know, a lack thereof. Or you could be looking at a past emotional connection that you may have had to a person, place, or thing, in which now, you know, you want to, you know, either, because the Three of Cups could be a reconciliation energy, but it's something that you want to, you know, put the work in for, as this Eight of Pentacles. But it's almost like, as the Queen of Wands, this is something that you're pondering. Maybe you could even be, you know, lacking the confidence to go after it because of how she's looking, you know, whether you're male or female, how you're looking at the Page of Wands. So this could be something that you're, you know, even just thinking about. But it's almost like you want to, almost like a new emotional beginning for yourself or with someone else or something else. You can see that here too. So that's just the bottom of the deck. So ultimately, it says, you know, the Eight of Swords with the Page of Wands. It says your dreams need a practical plan. I feel like, you know, you're ready to, you know, I think you may be overthinking your approach in a way with this energy, but it also is showing me that you need to kind of just set yourself free from, you know, these thoughts, this, you know, pattern or process or whatever it is that you're putting yourself in mentally. As the Page of Swords, you need to, like, cut yourself free of that. And it's almost like, with the Queen of Swords, it says surrender to the divine. Allow, like, almost the feminine energy of intellect, like, be open to receiving, you know, some new information. As the Queen of Swords, if this is all you, because the divine may be trying to, you know, show you that as the Knight of Cups, you may need to, you know, we already seen the Page of Cups, but it's almost like from the Page of Cups to the Knight of Cups, like you need to, you know, mature the approach of how you look at, even how you look at, you know, emotions in general. With the Knight of Cups. But then we have Temperance. With conclusions are within reach. So, you know, balance is here. Temperance is here to help you, you know, do things in moderation. Temper, you know, the emotions. But in order to temper them, you have to ultimately feel them first. And not let them, you know, even though there's a lot of swords out here, I think it's because you may be emotionally, like, bogged down. So it has you, you know, over analyzing in your mental realm. Because then we have the Three of Pentacles and the Hangman, which is, you know, coming to a new perspective on, you know, how you collaborate. And it's like you may have just collaborated on the practical sense, you know, in the earth realm, because pentacles are earth energy, where it says, like, you need to, you know, try to connect. We did see the Three of Cups too, on, you know, balancing that energy out. But as the Hangman, it's like you're just hanging, stagnant, stuck. I do want to look at this Knight of Cups, because the Knight of Cups could also be an offer, and it's like, you know, offering up your emotions, almost an energy, I feel, of, you know, being vulnerable and which under the surrender to the divine there, you know, like I said, it's almost like pushing you to be vulnerable and build more solid emotional connections with the Three of Pentacles. Take that, I'll take that. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. What? Yeah, so clarifying the Knight of Cups, we have the Sun and the Eight of Wands, which speaks to, you know, the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. And it's trying to, you know, almost, I feel like, upgrade, because the Eight of Wands is, you know, fast coming, it's movement. It could be information, but it's also, you know, like moving forward. And it's like, as the Knight of Cups, if you want to move forward, you know, successfully and be happy, you have to be willing to almost be vulnerable. Because right now, as this Knight of Pentacles, I almost feel like I said, it's being too practical. So it's causing you to like almost procrastinate, or, you know, move very slow towards, you know, what you want, even though, you know, they say patience is a virtue. But it's almost like off of this Knight of Pentacles, I just feel like almost like the same energy of this Hanged Man. Like you're stuck. It's like you don't know how to almost integrate both of these energies together. Because we've seen the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. And we've seen, now we see the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. And like I said, Temperance is here. And this, like I said, is almost like you need to put an end to this thought process with the Ten of Swords, so that you can close the cycle and begin a new cycle, you know, the right way. I hate to say it like that, but, you know, being more, you know, confident, and almost like an energy of being sure of yourself, because this could be ego. And if it is, it's like you need to, you know, close the cycle of moving out of ego, and, you know, move out of, you know, like confidence, because there's a way to be confident but not egotistical. So I do want to look at the Queen of Swords, and then we'll grab the advice. What's the Queen of Swords? That's too many. Give me less cards, please. Oh, it was coming out anyway. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Because, all right, if this is your feminine energy, as the Queen of Swords, you know, the feminine energy within you, or this could be, you know, if it's playing out between you and another person, place, or thing, you could be wanting to move towards or work on, you know, a connection with this someone in this energy. But it's like, if this is within you, you need to work on, I mean, in both scenarios, work on with the Eight of Cups, walking away from, you know, past emotional, it's almost like baggage. That's the only way I can describe it. And heading towards, you know, stepping into your power, going after what you want. And also, if this is, you know, you, this is the energy within you. It's like you're so focused on the material, you're not realizing, you know, in order to, you know, almost have true power, you need to walk away from like what you're avoiding emotionally. Because I see the Eight of Pentacles as avoidance too. You can't avoid your feelings. In order to get to this Emperor status, you have to, you know, work through your emotions and drop and leave whatever is not serving you. You have to almost put in the effort to bring your emotions into awareness. And bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. So, you know, this is something you know already. And with that, it's like you need to, you know, almost, with the Page of Pentacles, it's like learn something new. That's what I feel, because ultimately what you're doing is self-sabotaging, you know, things with the Seven of Swords. Because you're all, like, I swear, like, always looking back. But we have the Ace of Swords here. So from the 7 to the Ace, look at that. You cannot make this up. Look. Because you're sabotaging your truth, the 7 to, you know, the 7 plus the Ace is the Eight of Swords. And if you follow your truth and, you know, stop self-sabotaging, the 7 minus the 1 is the 6, which was up under that Page of Pentacles. So it's like you gotta, and it's all due to, you know, emotional. You have to move past your, you know, it's almost like emotional upheaval or turmoil. You gotta get to a more calmer, balanced place. That's why Temperance is here. And come out of the illusion of even, you know, previous belief systems. Because just staying, you know, stagnated now, you're waiting on something. It's like the Three of Wands is waiting on your ships to come in, but there's no water. Your ships can't come in on dry land. And it's like you could almost be waiting for something that, you know, may not even be coming in, because you are the magician. You have all the tools that you need. You have the intellect. You have the willpower, passion, and desires. You have the, you know, which is the fire. You have the air, which I said is the intellect, the communication. You have the earth, being practical and grounded and stable. But it's like I said, there's an avoidance of taking a look at the water, and the water is the most important part to manifestation. So it's like you're just, you know, almost feel like a teeter-totter in energy off of that. But, you know, that's here. So I think, you know, with this new moon phase, you're going to go through almost, it feels like, you know, an emotional transformation if you surrender to the process. Because it's like whatever you're trying to plan or whatever you want to do and not use your emotions is going to almost hinder the process for you. That's just what I'm feeling. So we're going to go ahead and pull the guidance or advice. I want to use what I want to use. Feeling like the energy oracle deck. Oh, look, bottom of the deck is the sun. There Here it is, confirmation. It's like getting you to, you know, almost where you want to be. So what guidance or advice do we need in regards to this energy and spread for the collective? What messages do we need in regards to this energy and spread for the moon, for the collective? And I know I normally read these cards, you know, intuitively all the time. If I'm guided to read it, I will. But for the guidance or advice, I will be reading, you know, whatever card comes out. And I will be, the weekly will be out. The weekly will be out after this. I'll try to get it up, you know, by tonight. Or at least early morning tomorrow, get the weekly done. And I think, you know, for this month, I am also going to do like a mid-month, you know, a quick mid-month check-in for each element as well. So you guys can, you know, take a look for that before we jump into, you know, Taurus season. Guidance or advice do we need for the collective in regards to this new moon? Spread, energy. Guidance or advice do we need? And know that, you know, you could be ahead of the energy, and this is energy that, you know, you could have already worked through. And if so, it's just like, right now, you could just be like, almost, I feel like an energy of like, you know, a grace period of just, you know, staying the course, really. You know, you could be coming up with new plans, new ideas. One more, and then we'll see what comes out. All right, bottom of the deck, we have Journey. Like I said, it's Aries season. It's time for, you know, that new start, that, you know, taking that leap of faith. And I just seen, you know, I had never, you know, I had seen it, but I just didn't pay no attention to it as many times as I used this deck. And with the High Priestess here, it just hit me again. And then with seeing like the light on this card, the inside of my moonology says, let the moon be your guide. So, you know, this is a new moon reading. Let your intuition guide you. You know, because this is going to be, you know, a journey of healing, rest and rejuvenation. This is like a Four of Swords energy. You're headed to a place of like healing, where you can take a break from all this. A lot of swords, a lot of mental energy that's going on here. And, you know, just being patient with yourself. With the Patience card, will allow you to step into this, you know, man holding the heart, but man or woman. This is, you know, King, Queen of Cups energy. You know, and like I said, let your intuition be your guide. We have the 6th chakra archangel, who's this? Metatron, which is the 3rd eye. Let your intuition be your guide. Let it guide you through this gate. The garden and the gate, because it's like I said, there's a teetering energy. You're looking outside the gate, but it's like you're afraid to cross the threshold. And it could be due to ego and pride, because we seen the first card out was the ego and pride. But of course, let the moon be your guide, goddess of the moon. Leads you straight to the door of value, which doesn't have to, you know, literally be money. It's just, you know, abundance, fullness, joy, and out of, you know, any lack that you're feeling at this time with financial constraints, to bring in balance, the angel of balance. You cannot make this shit up. Let's see what comes out. And I'll read it, and then that'll be that. Look, anxiety. Stop overthinking. Any other messages? And it is hard. Any other messages? Listen, I love Spirit. Thank you. Because we have anxiety with the Garden of the Gate. And then, you know, a broken heart. Let me see if I can get all three, so you guys can like see it how I see it. It's almost like I'm getting even though I've never seen the movie, I've seen the previews, and I can just pretty much grasp what it means. But it's that movie is called Failure to Launch, because those are the words like they just gave me. Failure to launch. It's like you're afraid to move out of, you know, where you currently are, due to fear of, you know, being hurt again, or, you know, having your heart broken. But like I said, I always see this card that's putting it back together. You're never gonna, you know, heal from your broken heart if you stay. It's almost like stay in the same place where, you know, blocking, like almost resisting yourself from new things and new experiences. Because of under that, it's like, look, oh my God. You got the temple path, and the Karen connection is blocking you from your, like almost your destiny, I want to say. That's the only thing I can. That's the only way I can put it. And it's almost like with this energy here, we have the thinking man with the thinking woman, and deceit in between. And it's like either you're deceiving yourself about a connection, you know, with someone else, or, you know, another person, place, or thing. Or you're like, it's almost like your masculine energy is like almost deceiving the feminine energy. Or, you know, vice versa. Because that's just what I get. Like, because the masculine energy takes action and the feminine receives. And I think it's your, you know, I feel like it's the masculine energy that's hindering you with this deceit card from, you know, receiving as the feminine energy. You don't know what it is, so you're creating like this self-sabotaging, almost deceitful energy within yourself that's ultimately like an illusion. Because even like you see how like in the thinking man, he's looking at, you know, something he can, you know, I think, what is this, like a crystal he's holding in his hand, but it's something he can hold. Rather, the thinking woman is, you know, she's more focused on, you know, the information and, you know, what she knows. And like I said, it's like you got to be open to receiving new information. You can't just take everything as you see it, because it's causing you, because you may not be seeing it, to overthink and overcompensate. And it's like that's deception that you're doing, you know, to yourself, between yourself or within like another situation. But I'm gonna read anxiety and garden in the gate. So anxiety says, worry or distress. The woman on this card, when it's in the upright, even though I'm reading all of these in the upright, the woman on this card is filled with anxiety, worrying about something that causes her a great deal of discomfort. Receiving this card upright may indicate that you're experiencing a time of increasing stress, perhaps a situation that you find yourself brooding about much of the time. However, if you'll notice the scene outside the window, the storm is distant and perhaps even moving away. Whatever is going on, this card is telling you to release the worry and let yourself relax. Brooding and fretting will not solve things, so trust in yourself in your process. When you live with a relaxed heart and mind, you're far more likely to receive the solutions that you seek. And the affirmation is, I let go of fear and worry. I assume the best and live in peace. All is well. And then, I mean, like I said, even though it's not in the reverse, I'll read it. The reverse meaning, it says, finally, relief. This nightmare of a card reverse could mean one or two things. Either a recent problem is on its way out, causing you to feel more relaxed, or you have mastered the old habit of worry and have freed yourself from the anxiety within. Either way, anxiety reversed is a good omen of more relaxed and peaceful times to come. Maintain a trusting attitude and let the difficulties of fear thoughts fade away into the distance. So what, you know, upright or reversed, it kind of has the same meaning, because you're perceiving something that's not there in the upright. And then in the reverse is you coming out of it. It's basically this energy right here, which makes sense coming out under your dreams need a practical plan. You can't just plan everything mentally either. And then we're going to go to the garden and the gate. Abundant, prosperity, and staying safe. Upright, this card shows a peaceful young woman in a beautifully blossoming garden with colorful flowers all around. However, the gate to the road outside the garden is locked while the girl wears a key on a chain around her neck. This card upright bodes well for the financial scene. In fact, there may be a lot of money or other personal pleasures coming your way at this time. But be aware, the choice to stay in the seeming security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by habit or a fear of the unknown. The beauty is enticing and worth enjoying, but you may not be giving your spirit the freedom to roam. While it's fine to amass a great deal of wealth, don't let it keep you from your karmic path or living from your truth. You have the choice to shift your focus, widen your spiritual perspective, and gain the world that is just outside your gate. In the reverse, if this card is reversed, it indicates the happy choice to open the door to a more spiritual pursuit. You may have been obsessed with worldly issues before, but your readiness to go deeper is now here. Many people believe that they cannot live in a material world, make lots of money, and engage in spiritual priorities at the same time. But you now realize that that isn't true. In fact, you can bring this wonderful spiritual focus to any endeavor. And when you do, you'll find that beyond your garden, the universe is willing to fill your life with beauty and joy. Expect the unexpected, for joyous synchronicity abounds. The affirmation, I am blessed with an abundantly spiritual life. Every day in every way, my joyous prosperity grows and grows. Whew. Exactly what I was feeling. So with this new moon cycle, it's almost like there's gonna be a change in perspective of how, it's just like just moving out of your authenticity for one, but also just it's kind of creating the space for you to, enjoy what the universe has for you. You just have to surrender to the process. So I love it, y'all. Love it. So as always, I thank you all for tuning in with me for this reading in regards to this new moon energy. Let's just, harness it and use it, towards, what is for our, greatest purpose. And allow it to, play out for you. All right. So thank you. And I will see you all on the next video. All right. Later.